I was kicked to the curb after the 1990 season, and I didn't have a team and things weren't looking good, but I was luckily picked up by Gary Fox, who'd just taken over the Saints, and it was good timing because that's when Brian Gorge and Spectres and the Southern Melbourne Saints merged to create the Magic in 1992. Things aligned for me that year, and I realised that this was probably my last chance. It was basically make or break for me that year. I was only one of two players that they'd sort of carried over. They used to call me St Andrew. We established our own identity then, and we became the Magic. And Brian was introduced in that press conference to start 1992 as the championship coach. So it was quite clear the expectations of this super team. We had to fill Rod Laver Arena as a 16,000 seat stadium, and we'd pack it out in most games, especially when we played the Tigers. We would be training pre-season before any other team. You know, I had mates in other teams. They wouldn't check in till February or March. You know, the season started about April, but early January we were hitting the track. It was a bit foreign, but I soon learned that you're either in or you're out, and I wanted to be in.
Game one of the best of three grand final series. Tigers will win this game.
We lost game one, and we actually lost our point guard Darren Perry to an Achilles injury. So we came into game two without our point guard and down 1-0 in a 3-game series. So our backs were against the wall. And yeah, to our credit, the coaches and the players, we rallied, we won game two and then won game three, and we took the title.
And the Magic are champions for season 92.
Bruce Bolden, he was the MVP of that grand final series. Having him and Rob Rose, they were two pretty premier imports, and we had guards like Darren Lucas, Scott Ninnis. Yeah, it was a pretty tough team. So we actually went with one import for a lot of those years. We had Adonis Jordan there for a while, and he was relying on a lot of younger players who at the time weren't really well known. And I'm talking about guys like Chris Anstey, Jason Smith, Frank Drimmick, Tony Rollinson. He was also young and sort of coming through. So, you know, having those sort of guys, by the time sort of 95, 96 rolled around, we were ready to win another one.
Parkinson, another one!
We had two spots covered in every position. Like for the centre spot, we had Dorge and Anstey. You know, in the fourth spot, we had like a Ronaldson and Drimmick. And then the three spot, you know, McKinnon, Jason Smith, myself, Mike Kelly. You know, so sometimes the trainings would be so hard. You'd get to the game by the weekend and you'd look around the room and look at everyone in the eye and you'd think, thank God we're on the same team this time. We knew we were the fittest, we were the strongest, and we were the mentally toughest team going around. A certain fella called Ray Gordon, he and I typified the rivalry between the two teams. We genuinely hated each other. And there was an incident, there was a bit of a skirmish and I ended up unconscious. That did fuel the fire for some really competitive times.
4 seconds to go. Parkinson, the last shot of the game for three. It's there! It's a big three to Parkinson. What a way to finish for the South East Melbourne Magic. They had absolutely destroyed the Melbourne Tigers in the third and deciding game.
In that 96 series, we beat the Tigers by 38 points. That was just a magical time to be involved in basketball. I think to make 8 top fours and out of that to make 4 grand finals and to get 2 rings out of that is okay. But I don't take offence if people say we underachieved because we had such a great team and a great coach. 2019, I was diagnosed with a rare cancer. I always used to say to myself, if I could get through a gorgeous pre-season, I can get through this stuff. It really did give me strength, and the way the basketball community all came together for me, I'm forever grateful. And a lot of that was my adversaries. I consider all the Tigers guys, all my mates, the same with the Giants guys, D-Mac, and yeah, it was really uplifting for me. I love the retro round. Phoenix are doing a great thing on December 7th with their home game, wearing the old pinstripe Magic uniforms, which I think is wonderful. And Nick Trulson at the United has really tried to unite a lot of those old Victorian players, you know, whether it's Giants, Dragons, Tigers, Magic. And he's got a Legends box that he has at all home games, and he puts in all the old fellas like myself. And it's nice to get recognised and to be a part of it, because myself, and I think a lot of the players in my era, were very proud to play in that era, and we felt blessed, and we love to see the game the way it's moving.